Hey there. Oh
Ah,
my gosh, guys. I'm here with Brittany, and I'm so excited for you guys to get to meet her. I'm going to be looking away for 2 seconds because I am going to tag her in this Facebook Live. I can't wait for you to hear from her. I feel like she's the younger, way more articulate version of myself. So I just can't wait for you guys to hear this conversation because it was so good and it really got prompted from something I heard her talking about just last week. Hold on, I'm tagging her right now. Edit. So how's everything, Brittany?
everything's good over here. My husband is actually home today, so you guys won't hear too much craziness in the background, hopefully.
I don't hear anything. So Brittany has two little ones,
Yep,
and
yep. I've got two little ones. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. And I was actually just telling Michelle, we like makeshifted this closet into an office, and this is how we roll over here,
that's
And
right.
quiet in the back of the house, kids stay away.
See, this is how mamas make things work. Because I used to do the same thing, and my kids are exactly 2 years apart too. So I know how that feels. It's just like every stage is always something new and something going on. So you are now tagged on here. Okay, guys. So I'm here with Brittany and I just admire her so much. She reminds me a lot of myself, right? And she was actually doing some stories and she was just talking about her experience as a collegiate athlete. She was a former volleyball player, and she also played professionally, which I didn't realize that. But oh my gosh, if you see her, you know why. Um, I thought she could also be a model. I mean, she's like model height, unbelievable. And she's also a volleyball coach. So she was talking about her experience in sports and how that has brought her to where she is now. And she's just really grateful for that experience. So, Brittany, please share what you were saying on in your stories and what you were sharing with me.
Yeah, I think the way that you were prompted to want to talk about this, I was prompted by somebody else also. And I've thought about this like over the past 3 years that I've kind of embarked on entrepreneurship and building my own business. What makes me different than somebody else? And sometimes I think sports absolutely play a huge part, but I've worked with a lot of other athletes as well. So like don't take this as like if I play sports then I can do this, because I've seen other athletes not be able to do it, but it's similar to sports in that sense that there are some athletes who enter their sport and they are so passionate about it and they work every single day towards it and they're able to make it to the top. Um, but there's just a very small rate of people who do that. And for me, you touched on I played collegiately and I went on to play professionally. That was all based off of my passion. Like I absolutely love playing the sport of volleyball, and so it really helped me um, in my journey moving through to the professional level. And I see that every single day in my business. I see so many people falling off, dropping off, and I'm like, oh, that was my friend. Like, where'd she
I
go?
know, I feel that. Oh my God. So it really triggered me when she left that story because I also played in high school. I was like the captain of my team soccer team, right? And I feel like those experiences, she's absolutely right. It's not everyone. And there was a percentage that you mentioned, like the number of athletes that go into professional athletics is like 1%.
Yeah.
And we see a correlation with that in the industry we're in. So I forgot to mention that me and Brittany also are a part of the Juice Plus business, and we're both entrepreneurs in that, and we're very passionate. And I think we have that same passion and drive that we did when we played sports now in this arena because we just see how it benefits so many people. And so I was like, wow, I didn't even realize that only 1% does go professional. There's so many people that play sports. My kids are very athletic and they both play sports. I grew up playing, well, in high school, I started playing sports and I really loved it. And I loved what I learned being on a team and all of that. So I was like, this is such an interesting conversation because there is a connection there, but a lot of things go into being an athlete, goes into being an entrepreneur, goes into just how people are made up. And I
Right.
think a big part is also mindset. And I think we had that mindset and that drive, and we were like a team player.
Right.
And now that has transferred over to now what we do.
Yeah. And that was the other thing that I was talking about too, with the 1% thing. Like, a lot of times within the profession that myself and Michelle are in, we hear people say, it's a scam because only 2% make it to the top. And that's kind of how that conversation all came about. It's like only 1% of athletes who get started will actually make it all the way through to the top, even a collegiate level. Like, not a lot of athletes make it to high level collegiate athletics. And you don't call it a scam. It's just, it is what it is. You got to work hard for it, you know? And so it's the same thing for us within the network marketing profession. It's not there are scams out there. Don't get me wrong. There are scams out there, but if you find a good company that you're aligned with, it's not a scam that there are only a small percentage of people at the top. The fact is, that's the small percentage of people who are willing to put in that time and effort year after year after year.
Yes. And that was something you were saying earlier. You were like, the ones that put towards the most effort and the consistency, those are the ones that you see go to the top, right? And that, I think, is in anything. So that's a really good point that you made, that there's only going to be a certain percentage of people. And you're right. When people are playing a sport and have been playing their whole life and they don't make it to the majors, no one's saying, oh, well, that was a big scam. No one says that. They just say, oh, wow, there was probably people better than you that made it ahead of you.
And the crazy thing is, like, again, just I could stay on this topic for a long time. I coach volleyball. I coach travel volleyball. These kids are investing bare minimum $3,000 a year into travel volleyball within the high school level, and even younger, 12, 10-year-olds investing at least $3,000. It's their parents, of course. And most of them will not continue on to go and play in college. Again, we don't call it a scam. Oh, how dare that club? They made me spend $15,000 over the past 5 years training with them. No, you just know that that's what it is. Like, your kid is either going to like put in the work and go after it, or they're not, or maybe they just aren't going to be talented enough, and like, that's where their career is going to end, and it's the same thing in network marketing, right? Like, some people are super passionate and they want to take it all the way to the top. And then there are some people who are like, listen, I just need $200 to $500 a month and that's good enough for me. And that's okay.
Yes. And that's one thing that I really like, though, especially, I don't know how it is in other companies, but in what we do in the company we're partnered with, there's never any pressure to be one extreme. So you have that flexibility to where you could be someone that's just like, you know what? I don't mind being a part of the like 95%. I'm fine with that. And I'm still happy, like, helping others and maybe offsetting some costs or whatever that is. So there's a beauty in that. And so we were talking about team too.
Yeah.
So hasn't sports prepared us for working alongside team and, being leaders for team?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a huge part of this. I think I'm still like very new in this, even though it's been 3 years. For some people, they're like, oh, you've been doing this for a while, but I'm still very new within the profession, and
we're always learning.
Yeah, like, that's never.
Yeah.
But from year one, from day one, like, there's no way I would have been able to continue in this without my team pushing me and guiding me through it. Again, of course, this is very similar to sports. And when I think about the sport of volleyball, like, and just like many other sports, but within volleyball, you literally cannot play the sport by yourself. Like, there's no way. I can't touch the ball more than once in a row. So like, the correlation to it is just like so awesome. And for me specifically, being a collegiate athlete, being a professional athlete, playing for so many years, when I stepped out of that, I didn't even realize that I was like craving a team. You know what I mean? Like somebody to stick with and like be with me and push me to be better every day. And for a lot of athletes, when they step out of their sport, that like you just kind of feel like you don't even know what to do. You're so used to a coach telling you what to do. You're so used to having teammates to like pump you up and get you going and get you through the day. And so there's just so many aspects to like community and team within our profession that like it's just awesome. Even if I never made $1, like it's awesome.
Yes. I feel like it's like parrot jungle right now. All of a sudden, all these birds are like hovering. I don't know if we're attracting them. I don't know what's going on. But you are so right. And I recently did a post last week about community. And, you know, community can be found in so many different ways. It can be found on a team if you play a sport. It can be found like if you're part of a church and you're really active. It can be found in sororities, fraternities, right? And so this has definitely helped to bridge that gap with just meeting some amazing people that are like-minded. Because when you're on a team, you know, you're all about the same mission. You're all about, you know, wanting to win the game and get to the top, right? And so we get to do that and cheer each other on and be supportive. And then there's, you know, that those people that came for us that are able to pour into us, kind of like the coach. So such a good like analogy. It really sparked me to reach out to her when she was talking about it. And I was like, this is such a perfect, because, you know, like I said, she's the more articulate version of me. Like Brittany, you got to follow Brittany on Instagram. She's so good. She says so many things and I'm just like, yes, girl, yes. And even as a mom, like the nuggets that she throws down at the stage of life she's in right now, is so fun to watch her on social media, just sharing her experience as a mom. And she's just so authentic with it. Like days when she's frustrated, because it can be frustrating having these busy bodies that are nonstop. And sometimes you just want to sit down and be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to hear a word, right? And she does all of this and then she coaches. So that's even more children she's dealing with. Just amazing. Like I'm in awe of her. I really respect her as a mom, a wife, and also, you know, we're business buddies doing this thing. And we got to meet in person for the first time a few months ago. And that's when I saw how tall she was. I was like, I didn't realize you were so tall. But it was awesome meeting you in person. Oh, Patricia says, I really appreciate the analogy to sports. Yes. I mean, I always thought it, but she brought it to life in that conversation. So I appreciate Brittany bringing up this conversation. And Tammy says, I am doing self-care later. I like skating. Skating is fun. Yes. Maybe you can get a team of people together to skate, Tammy. You never know. I had someone inviting me to a skating Facebook group and I was like, I haven't really skated in forever, but okay, maybe I'll be encouraged to go out and skate again. So you can consider that if you love skating. But I just really appreciate this community, the people I get to meet. Brittany is one of them. She's amazing. I mean, I didn't even realize she played professionally. I knew she did collegiate. So she has so much wisdom. Her and your buddy TK, I just love them both because they're just so much fun. They bring like such vibrancy and wisdom in their young age to what we do, and really letting people of the younger generation know that there's so many bad, negative things that you could hear about the industry of network marketing, but there's truly a million more benefits than there are negatives to doing this business. And if you partner with the right people and the right company, you will be so happy you said yes. I think this business blesses me more in so many other ways other than just the paycheck that I get. It blesses me with the community, the people I get to meet, the self-growth I get to do, just constantly learning and being amongst people that make you want to be better every day. So any last words, Brittany?
I mean, you wrapped it up so beautifully. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your live. And yeah, I mean, the sports analogies, it's never ending. So we could totally do this.
I can see you being on a main stage talking about this because it's so good. It's so good. But thank you so much. Brittany's all the way in California, so she's 3 hours behind me. But hey, that's the beauty of this business. Doesn't matter where we're at, we get to connect and do life together. So thank you so much for being on, Brittany.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.